Hello. Welcome, gamers. My intro screen music was muted for some reason. I'm pretty sure I did not actually change any settings. However, it seems like it was broken, so I may have accidentally clicked something. But it should be good now, right? If I go back to the waiting room, the music's there, right? Look, I can see it's there. It's there now. Okay. Let's go back here. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome to welcome Zully, Stanley, Slimolder, and Hamflow, and Nutritious, and it's literally everyone. Okay, this is today's image. It is picross. Can you guess what this is? That's right, it's a cat. Specifically a kitten. It's shaped in such a way as to resemble a cat that is lying down. Anyway, welcome SS welcome Gibbons. So today we're going to, and you'll notice this. It's got two pictures. No, it's one. You could consider the negative space. You could consider the positive space. It depends on your mindset. Whatever you set your mind to, that's your mindset. What about memset, guys? Anyway, today's stream we're gonna do some picross development as usual. I've done quite a few changes since last time. It's gonna look so cool. You're gonna be like, whoa, guys, how did he implement this? It's probably not impressive if you don't know Game Boy development, but if you do know Game Boy development, it's gonna seem so much cooler. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna run. Now you'll note that it will build many things. Many things are being built right now. It's building. It has been built. Welcome, pandas. Okay, now look at how nice this looks. Whoa, are you seeing this, guys? We got a level indicator. We got like a little thing over here. We got the thing. I mean, this was already here last time, right? This looks the same. This thing is new though. Note how we have fonts rendered. Now you might be like, oh, font rendering? You could literally, that's literally built in, whatever. I implemented my own font rendering functions. And you can render text anywhere. Okay, those other, oh, look at this, whoa, an A button, an animation that tells you that you have to press the A button, that's crazy. Is that my own font? I copied that from Mario's Picross. Font rendering is crazy. My computer crashed. This is not due to my Game Boy thing. It's due to the fact that my computer is bad and it just crashes. So we're gonna have to wait for it to restart. But okay, once that's done with though, there's more new stuff. Okay, I'm gonna restart my computer. It's gonna be turned off. And then I press the on button and it turns back on. Wow, that's crazy. Text rendering on old consoles is a nightmare. Yeah, I'm gonna explain how I did it. It's actually had to do a lot of like bitwise manipulations. I had to set up opacity masks. It's an idea that I thought of on my own. I did not actually copy it from anywhere. I was like, what if I did this? Because I needed it for something else. I needed it. You're going to see it. You're going to be like, what the frick? That looks so cool. I've never seen a picross game with such functionality. Right? Okay, we're going to open this up. Once again, we're going to rebuild it. And you'll note there's going to be a very familiar puzzle. Today's drawing. It's going to be there. Literally right there. Okay, so it's building. Bit doesn't seem wise if he's being manipulated. Sometimes, you know, they gotta do things, you know. Appearance, was it graphics? Let's make that 5x size. Okay, so we solve a puzzle, right? The usual puzzle solving technique. I've solved these so many times while testing. Look, okay, we got the A button that tells you gotta press down the A button. Welcome Cyril AD. Once you press down the A button though, this thing is new. You've never seen this before. Whoa, what the frick? He rendered a banner dynamically on top of the sprites, on top of the tile set. How did he do that? You can't do that. That's impossible. Usually you'll need like a sprite to do that kind of stuff, right? But look at this. It's baked into the tile set. It's literally written on demand into the tile set. Same thing with this level, right? And look, this button continues to go up and down. Okay, and then you go to the next one. Now this one may seem familiar. This one I've solved many times. It's actually the same thing as before, right? What is that? Whoa, that looks so familiar. What is this? It's this thing. It's this guy right here. And then, bam. Whoa, that's a kitten. Look at that. Also, the size of this banner is dynamic based on the width of the word, right? Look at this. You can see the eyes. Despite the fact that the picross puzzle was actually entirely in black, you can see some light gray. I showed this off last time, but I'm going to show it again. You're like, how did he do that? The banner looks good, thank you. It's entirely original. Unlike the other stuff that I kind of just copied from Mario Picross, the banner was totally made on my own. This isn't even sarcasm, it's actually real. I came up with it. Oh, spoilers, sorry. I should probably solve the rest of them before I show this. Because now you'll know what's coming up. Right, I've done these many times. We got 3, we got 4. This thing. Oh, it's a house. It is literally a house. And then this one, what do you think this one is? It does a thing with like Mario's Picross that I like, where like once you solve the puzzle, it doesn't immediately tell you what it is. Because like I know some Picross games, as soon as you put down the last tile, it just like reveals everything. And it's like, look, this is what it is. But I liked how in Mario's Picross and Mario's Super Picross, it would leave you on this screen. And then you had to press a button. And then once you press the button, it shows it. And then it shows the name. Look, that's a ghost right there. That's literally Ghost. And then the next one, you already know. Well, what even? I believe this one is in Umbrella. Sorry, that's spoilers. Spoilers. What do you think? Oh, it's an umbrella. It's crazy. Okay, this next one though. What about this next one? It's almost like he solved these many times before. You think that as well? And look at that. The text is dynamic. It actually overlaps the other pieces right there. That's cool. And then the next thing. Okay, this one's impossible. This one's actually bugged because this one actually has 16 tiles going down, which is impossible. This is just loading random things from memory. So whatever bits happen to be set, this is using this, pretending like it's a Picross grid. But it's not actually possible. See, this 0 here is because I only have sprites, or I only have 15 of these, and it's like on the 16th one. So, it's not solvable. However, look, we got large sizes as well. The number updates dynamically. The A button and animation builds up the anticipation exactly. Welcome, Tafetanes or Tafetanes. Anyway, how did I do this? Well, I explained this, I think, on Saturday, but not all of you were here. So we had, you can draw the puzzles using these two. If it's black or this dark green, it'll count as a thing in the puzzle. And then these two are considered empty. So you'll note here we had the heart, this is the outline, this is the inner shape, welcome Altscop. And then the kitten here, right? As long as it's like the dark color, it counts as a tile. Welcome sun. Same thing for the house. You'll notice that this thing is a light tile. And so this light tile is not counted as part of the solution. And then the next one, a ghost. Same thing for the eyes. The eyes are one of these two colors, so they don't count. The umbrella though, the umbrella, it's got, you know, these two, so they're both there. The hourglass, I feel like the hourglass makes it very readable, you know, because like otherwise it would look like this. And then you're like, what is that? I don't know. But when it's like this, you're like, oh, I see. That's like sand. That's like sand down there. I could also do this. I don't know which one's better. I feel like I like this one. I think this one's better. But yeah, and then that's it. And then if you make a new puzzle, it'll detect dynamically based on the size of the image. Like if I were to update this one and I put like a dot down here and I saved it, and then, you know, due to my build system, I don't need to like manually export it as a PNG. It can literally read the sprite file. And then look at this, whoa, it's a larger puzzle now. But I think this one's gonna be messed up because I think my banner is hard-coded to be 5x5. So we did this. I think the text is still gonna show up over here. Also, maybe I should put the A button somewhere else. Yeah, because right now it's blocking. Maybe I should put it like up here. I don't know. It works fine for a 5x5, but then once you do this, look at that. Whoa, it's showing up in the wrong place. And that's because the image is actually, it's this large now. Put it under the level banner. Yeah, but I might put like something else there, right? Right now it's empty, but I imagine I would put something else there. But then I do need to update the banner to dynamically put things in other places. But also, it's not just this, it's not hard-coded. You can literally name this anything, although this is text, right? I think this will work because it'll have spaces in the name. I need to change that. But at the moment, if you have compatible strings, it'll be updated dynamically. Right, if I reload the puzzle, it's going to show long text. And it's centered too. It's centered about the origin. So simple. It's so simple, guys. And then you have this tile right here. And then, whoa, look at that. Dynamic text output based on things that are tagged in sprite without needing to manually put in names anywhere. It's so cool, right? Alright, so we're gonna undo this. Small fix that I guess I'll do is I'll update it to accept spaces in names. So the way that I parse the sprite file is via Rust. There's a program, there's a library called acefile where you can load an sprite file without exporting it to PNG first. And then I'm like manually generating C code based on various properties. So you give it the input file, which is an sprite file. It's actually several sprite files. You'll notice that here I have a few of them specified. We have different files, nonogram bottom, left, top, whatever. And those are the different parts. Nonogram top is this part. Nonogram bottom is this part. Nonogram top left is this one. And then I added new ones for decorations. Decorations is the side tiles. Side, left, right, corner, and top. And then it takes all of those and then it builds a header file. So we'll do Basil build assets everything, or maybe not everything. Okay, maybe not everything. Assets, what do I call this one? Banner, nonogram, grid. So it generates these two files right here. And you're like, Wolfie, what's in these two files? I gotta see what's in the files. It generates C file that has the 2 bits per pixel representation. Got a bunch of things in here. One for every frame. Right, nonogram top and bottom, they all have 3 frames. And they're also tagged. So nonogram bottom looks like this. You have a 15 by 15, you have a 10 by 10, 5 by 5. And they're all tagged. So it gives them the tag names. It puts all the things in this array, and then it also gives you the name of the tags. This is how I get the name at the end of every level. I just get the current level, and then I take the index in this array. And then I also have, what is this? Decoration tiles. Okay, this one is me combining several things into one file. So that was nonogram bottom. This one here is nonogram decoration, which is a new one. Nonogram decoration is that one. Got the left, right, bottom, whatever. So those are these tiles. And we got all the same thing, you know, the same stuff everywhere. And then you can look at the header file, and that gives you a bunch of information about the tiles. And so if I update this code to, I take the prefix and I replace spaces with underscores to make it more compatible. Well, actually, hold on. Header prefix. Prefix, right? Prefix, you'll see here, if I update the tags to contain something that has a space, right? Art hello, and then I try to compile it, it's not going to work because it is using the tag in the output, which is not valid code, right? If you look at this puzzle.c, if you see the puzzle.c, you'll notice that this is not valid. So we need to update the prefix to have an underscore. Now the issue then, I think, I need to make sure that this thing does not have the underscore, because that is the original thing. All right, you gotta make sure. If you are not making sure, what are you even doing? Tag count. Okay, so we have tag name. Tag name. Welcome to Neropony. Prefix. Okay, so prefix, you're gonna have to like replace things. Rust string replace. I don't remember because I have not written Rust in a while. That's not true. I have written Rust. Replace. Replace pattern string. Can I replace in place? Replace. Okay, it replaces a new. It creates a new string. Okay, so we're gonna do dot replace. We're gonna replace spaces with underscores, and that should be enough for it to work. It's telling me something is wrong. Expected string. Okay, that's fine. That's actually totally fine. I can just do this. Is there a way to simply replace ASCII? Maybe not. Alright, whatever. It's fine. So this one, if I build this again, it should have the correct thing. Alright, now this thing does not have the correct thing. Why doesn't it have the correct... Guys, why doesn't it have the correct thing? Prefix, right prefix. Is that not the right thing? That should be tag name. I should be replacing the tag name instead. Right, that was based on the file name. Tag name. Tag name, opacity, count. Okay. Great project, thank you. Thank you. I feel like if I was not familiar with Game Boy development, this would be much less impressive. But now that I do know, I'm like, this is so cool. I could have just written this in Godot, but it would not have been as cool. I would have not learned as much. That's not true. I probably would have learned different things, but this is the kind of stuff that I like to learn. Okay, so we need tag name. Tag name. We're gonna have tag name unmodified. So we're gonna have tag name replace spaces with underscore. Tag name unmodified. Now that we have tag name unmodified, we gotta have well, oh, hold on. We have tag names here, but that's wrong because that'll be a different thing, right? That's a different thing. So we should instead do tag name dot replace here with this, and then that one I believe should work, possibly. You look at the bottom, it does not work actually, because that's actually the wrong thing. I actually did the wrong thing. It should actually be tag name, right, replace space with underscore. Let's just rename this to clean tag name. All right, and then regular tag name is going to be tag.name to owned. Tag names, we have two folks. We have xtag TV and tag barrel storage. That's crazy. Okay, we built it. And now it should be correct. We got heart hello. We got this one has the space in it, so that should be good. So now we try to compile it. Run the program. We should actually close the previous program. All right, so once you solve this, you should expect to see spaces. Whoa, it works. Guys, it literally works. I know people usually call sanitize, I guess. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Tag name sanitize. Okay, so that, I believe, should be good. It's good. We've accomplished one thing today. If anything, it has been one thing that we've done. And then we remove this one, we save it. Do you ever wonder what that guy is storing tag barrels? He's up to something. He's not even here to defend himself. You think he's tagging, he's barreling storage? He's storing tag barrels right now. I've accomplished 0 things today? That can't be true. Surely you've accomplished something. However minor, you may have accomplished something, perhaps. Okay, we're gonna commit this. Replace spaces in tag names with underscores in variables. Making it to bed is an accomplishment? Exactly. All you have to do is lower your standards for what is considered an accomplishment. You got out of bed, you woke up, you lived, that's an accomplishment, right? That's something. You blinked, that's pretty cool, right? That's an accomplishment. You posted a message, right? How inspiring. Truly, all you gotta do is just turn the most mundane thing into an accomplishment. I think that's cool, right? Okay, so what am I doing today? Living isn't an accomplishment? Alright, well now you're getting too philosophical. It's too deep for this. Now you're like, okay, so Wolfie, how did you do the text? How did you even... Actually, hold on, let me also describe how I did the banner stuff. Because, you know, typically in, if you're drawing stuff to the tile set, right, it'll either use the current value. So, okay, hold on. How do I describe this? If I did not have these here, I'm going to explain what the difference is and why this is necessary. I didn't explain what this is for, but I will explain this. You're like, I thought the Game Boy only had 4 colors, and yet you have 5 colors? That's not allowed. Wolfie, you're up to some crazy magic here. What is this purple color? It's illogical. Well, here's what I'm going to explain. If I didn't have that, it would look like this. Okay, here's the thing. There's like you can see the white outline around it. That's because usually the way that you draw text to the screen is you either overlap the current values or you overwrite them and then you overlap them. So if I did not have this here, it would write, it would put these pixels, combine them with the pixel underneath, and therefore you would see like the things that are underneath it. Now the way to avoid that is you could overwrite this with a white color and then put your image on top. Welcome, Chokerjacks. But I've implemented an opacity mask where when I'm generating this image, I will check for anything that's purple. I'm not actually checking for purple. I'm actually checking for the index in the palette. And so how that works specifically is it'll generate, if I build this thing and I build the banner specifically, and then we take a look at that banner, right? What am I doing? That banner.c, right? We have the usual banner tiles, which tells you the information. He's cheating the system by adding a color and then removing it. No, I would never. I'm simply taking the lower 2 bits. Now this is complex. You gotta think in terms of binary here. But we have a banner opacity mask, okay? This tells you specifically which of these pixels are opaque. So anything that is purple becomes a value that is not purple. it'll okay, here's my lesson, okay? So you'll note here we have 4 colors. You can represent these 4 colors in binary: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Well, 1, 1, picross, it's a real picross stream. So this one is like, you know, white, gray. It's actually green, but we call it light gray. Dark gray, black, right? But what happens if you have a 5th color? Right, that will actually be index 5, which is 1, 0, 0, and then, you know, that's it. But then, this is here. So then you'll note that we can simply treat this thing, we can take the last 2 bits and treat it the same as if it was white, right? Whoa, what the? You take these off, and then this one, then you check this one. You're like, what if this flag is sent, right? What if this 1 is here? Then you take all the tiles, all the pixels that have this 1 bit set in their color, and then you create a banner opacity mask. And how that mask works, imagine you had, you know, 1 byte is like, it's got 8 bits in this architecture, right? So the values that are 0 means that it's transparent. The values where it's not 0 means it's opaque. So then what this is doing, you'll see here, this pixel right here is not purple, which means we'll have a 1 here, right? And then all of these are not purple, so these are all, they're all gonna be 1. Same thing for this one, and then, you know, this one is here, right? You get the gist of it. It'll generate something like this, and then it'll just go, it'll make a banner opacity mask. And then when we actually draw the thing, rather than like drawing a square around it, we will simply draw white pixels where this mask is defined, and then we'll write the actual image. That's right, it is being written in binary. That's the computer language. That's how they speak. They understand the bits. Is that you can think of a joke there, right? Bits like bits as in jokes. You're like, why are computers so funny? Because they have a lot of bits. Oh man, because like stand-up comedy, you know, like bits, they work on bits and bytes. I don't know. Imagine that was a totally formulated joke that was clever and no one has thought of it before. Anyways, yeah, so we're defining stuff like that, right? So you take this one, you take the image, you put the thing on top, and then it works. The best comedian, I don't know about that one. There's some funnier people out there. Drawing, right? Then in the drawing thing, me a joke I will formulate, I hardly even know. So here's where I describe it, right? Create a mask that clears the bits overlapping the pattern. And in case it was not even more obvious, Game Boy Pandocs. This explains how colors work on the Game Boy. Welcome Dakioki, graphics, tile data. This is how it works, okay? You got the zeros and the ones. So every pixel is formulated from 2 bits. They call this the 2 bits per pixel, 2 BPP format. You'll have zeros and ones, and then you combine these two, and then the combination determines the color. Right, so these colors, this one's here. So I simply apply my opacity bit mask to both of these. And they both get set to 0 or 1 or whatever. And that's how it's done. That's simply how it's done. But yeah, that's cool. Why did the computer go to the restaurant to grab a bite to eat? So true. They do in fact do that. They're always doing that. You ask any computer, is this generalization? They're always doing that stuff. And then you're okay, but what about the fonts though? Wolfie, you haven't explained the fonts. How do you write this? How do you look at, if you look at the nonogram top, that's not even the right one. If you look at nonogram top left, what is that? There's no text there. What the frick? There's no text there, and yet there is text. That's crazy. Well, this is based on the way that GB Studio does it, but I implemented it on my own. So we have a font. Right, this font specifically is, I've credited the artist because they require it. This is the artist, if you were wondering. Condensed fonts from Ito999.h.io. Right, they got a font you can use on the Game Boy. But then you're like, what is this? It's got purple as well, but these purple is not the same as the transparency bits. These are different. So usually on the Game Boy, when you're drawing fonts, the most obvious thing to do is to just draw every letter as 8 pixels wide. Right, this one here, you'll notice that when I draw it, the text is not 1 pixel wide, or 8 pixels wide. It's got variable width. And how this is determined is that the purple that's here is used to determine the width of the font. So you'll note this one is like 2 pixels, whereas this one is like 8 pixels. Right, so what they do is you'll draw this thing to the canvas. You're actually overriding tile data, but then rather than skipping forward 8 pixels, you keep track of how many pixels these things are. So let me show you the font generated code. If I generate the font, and we look at font.c. Down here we have font pixel widths, right? So we at build time, we go through every one of these tiles. We find out the width of this thing. So we go through every row. We find the first instance of a purple pixel, and then we store this. This is basically the same grid, but the information is the width of each letter. And then, yeah, then we just draw it to the screen. Actually, I wonder if I can just do it like in slow-mo. If I go to my font rendering, if I go like, for example, text, or a blit text, right? We go through every letter, and then we add something. We take the offsets, we draw it. If I go here and I do like vsync, I do it several times, right? 5, let's do like 10 times. And then if I start off and I don't have fade out and fade in, so you can actually see what's happening. You go here, you run it. You should see every letter being, well, okay, turns out it didn't render every letter one at a time. Was it too fast? Is this code simply too fast? Yeah, what was that? Vacuously welcome. Why? Wait, why is this not working? Also, thank you, Classic Carabel, for the 13 months. That is, in fact, an entire year. Welcome, lots of butts as well. Yeah, so we got this thing. So why isn't this showing up slower? This should be showing up slow. What if I keep pasting vsync? I go back. You should see... No. I think my code is too efficient. Either that or I've done something wrong. It's a Baker's Year 13. Welcome, Orfish. No, I should not be doing vsync. That waits one frame. There's a thing called delay, I think. Is it called delay? If I delay by like 100, surely that's going to be something, right? No, it is not anything. Maybe it's because I changed. Okay, what if we just go here, right? What if I solve the thing and then? Oh, okay, so that okay. I think it's just because it was at the start. Everything was white, so it's fine. Okay, let's make this like 1,000. Right, this one. See, okay, it was doing it. It just you can't see it because the entire screen is white. I thought I got rid of that by changing the fade in, fade out to not fade in or fade out. Oh, it's because I don't turn the screen on until we rendered something. All right, whatever. But this one though, you should see everything being rendered one letter at a time. Right. Whoa, and then okay, can we pause? No, it's gone too fast. But yeah, it's iterating the pointer based on the width of the tile. So that's cool, right? You're like, I wonder how he did that. That's how I did it. That's how people do things. And this is how they do it in GB Studio as well. You'll note when people have fonts, GB Studio variable with font, they do it the same way. Wait, what is this? What the frick is that? They have these fonts. This one, was it this one? Fonts. Variable. Yeah, okay, this is how they do it. It's the same way. Can you show that with the tile overview side by side? Oh, you mean the, yes. Let me go back. If I rerun it, and then I press F3, F4. Oh. Okay. So, if you take a look, so this is the tile map viewer. This is the tile set viewer. And so if you go here, and you solve the puzzle. Take a look. Hold on. Where should you should take a look around here maybe. So it draws a thing, and then look at that. It draws to that tile, and then it goes to the next one, and then this one. It's there. It's literally there. You can see it there as well. Yeah, that's it. Not the hype train when I renewed my sub last week. You did it at the wrong time. This isn't even enough to get an emote, guys. For me, at least. That's the messed up thing. Getting level 1 hype train means nothing. You have to get at least level 2 to really get an emote. But then you get the level 1 emotes. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't get how the tile stuff works. No, but it is so straightforward though. It's literally explained in these documents. Can you override the tile set mid scan line? Wait, I thought you were here when I explained this though. Yes, you can, that's the way that Mario Picross did it, is that, so every tile, so there's a tile addressing mode. I think I didn't get it. I see. So basically, the way that this tile viewer works, you have two different addressing modes. It's probably better if I do GB Studio VRAM. There's like a information here. So the Game Boy stores tiles in virtual RAM, and the way this works is that the top, this part of the tile map or tile set is usually meant for sprites, but then you'll have this section down here which can also be used for tiles. This is the default behavior. Stuff down here is for tiles, stuff up here is for sprites. And you'll note that you can address things by an offset, right? So by default, tile sets start from here. You might be like, but if it starts from here, how can you reference stuff here? It has to do with the signed... It uses a signed 8-bit number, whereas after it hits this point, it goes to the negative number, right? Underflow, you may be familiar with underflow. Underflow, I sure hope it does. It goes here, and then it goes negative, right? Then that pointer goes down here. That's why you can refer to things with the same offset, right? Up here, this one uses an unsigned one, so you can pass 128 and then we'll go to 129. Same thing for here. If you pass 129, it's technically like negative 127 or like 128 or something. But yeah, you can also change addressing modes so that you write... okay, so it's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain things. But basically, the way that Mario Picross does it is that it'll use a certain tile addressing mode up until here, right? And then after it's finished drawing this one, it'll swap out the addressing mode, and then it will draw the rest of it with the bottom tiles. And actually, it's a good way to demonstrate this. If I don't set this auto mode, wait, which one was it? No, it's if I don't set this one, you'll note that it gets rendered like this, right? Or this one, it gets rendered like this. It's because the top one is actually using the same tile indexes as the bottom ones. It's just that I'm replacing the addressing mode after this line. That's how it's done. A baker's dozen is one more than a dozen. A guinea is a pound plus 1 shilling. Is that really what a guinea is? Are there other terms for one more? Encore. And encore is one more. But encore is actually many more. They don't necessarily just do one song. But okay, so this is that. And then alright, what else is there to explain? What if I check my logs? Git log. Button indicator, we got spaces. I added a button. Opacity mask. Transition from H to HE is just a tile set changing. Yes, I'm... that's unrelated to the addressing mode. I'm writing the value to VRAM. So the way these are stored, these are just bytes in memory, right? It's literally, it's just, you know, you're familiar with how this is stored, right? It's got 2 bits per pixel. I'm literally like taking the value from VRAM, updating it, and then writing it back to VRAM. So these are getting updated. I'm doing a bunch of like bitwise manipulation to get it to work. And yeah. Oh, I also did a minor optimization as well. This is yeah, you can change things at runtime. So one other thing is that you'll notice up here and also on the left, we have to wait. Okay, so look at this, right? This thing right here, you'll notice this thing changes colors, right? Every single time you move, based on whether you're on an odd or even tile. It changes. So before I had it as 2 different sprites. If I load up my sprite.asprite, Right, I used to have one that was like this, and then I used to have like another one that's like this, right? But then there's a thing in Game Boy where you can change the palette for an individual sprite. So you don't need to have duplicate sprites that have basically the same but different colors. So when I actually draw the sprite in puzzle.c, we do meta tile. It's called meta sprite. Meta sprite. I've never. Okay, you can change the palette. So if I did not have this oomph pal 1, am I right, guys? That's an oomph right there. Oomph pal 1. If I did not change this based on your position, it would simply just. Wait, did I not remove the delay? I still have the delay in there. If I didn't remove it, the bottom one would always be this color. So it's technically the same color, just with a different palette. Sorry, it's the same sprite. That makes everything easier. That means you can just do whatever with the tiles if you have enough time to compute the changes. Yes, but that's the issue, is that it takes a while. It takes a long time to do it. And also, I guess if you can implement the logic for adding stuff. Palette, a female pal. I feel like you've made that joke before. Either you or someone else. That's been made. I remember it. So it goes here, right? And then you'll notice a noticeable delay, right? Okay, this one's an artificial delay. But the previous one where you were like overriding one tile at a time, that one was not me introducing an artificial delay. It looks nice, but it was just because it takes that long to like modify VRAM, I guess. I think the issue also is that VRAM is not always accessible. So if you call a function that reads and modifies VRAM, I think it blocks until VRAM is available. So that's why there's some limitations there. Welcome, Props Not Jack. I don't remember making another joke about a female something. Oh, well, then someone else did it though. If not you, then it was someone else. Anyway, that's cool. That's what I've done. Let's remove these changes. Also, let's push the change that I just did. Alright, what else did I change? I feel like I changed a bunch of stuff. I noticed that some of my logic for like when to replace tiles was wrong. Or whatever. Sorry, the thing where you do this and then you override it. That was wrong in some way, but I have fixed it. That's probably not that interesting. We did that one. We did transparency mask. We did this stuff. Decoration. We got the banner stuff. Level number. The title. Font. Bitwise operators. Reveal image after solving puzzle. Bit masking. Formatting. Bank ref. A sprite to asset. Okay, so that's pretty much all I've done. It is quite a bit. It looks a lot nicer than it did a few days ago. Wow. So I think as far as what I have to add, I have to decide what I'm gonna do with this UI, because at the moment it's very empty. If you look at Mario's picross, in the early levels for 5x5s, obviously they don't just have empty space. They put some other stuff down there. It's hard to find an example because all these are 15x15, but they're out here somewhere, right? Where's the 5x5s? What if I just search Mario's picross 5x5? Palette versus NTSC at? So true. So you'll note here when they do the 5x5 puzzle, they have like stuff up here to show you the controls, and then Mario says, let's try this one, and there's like a bunch of empty space on the bottom. But I could think of stuff to put here. I think for the 10 by 10s, what do they do on the 10 by 10s? This one, I guess they have like, well, this one's not really showing everything. Where are the 10 by 10s? Mario, where's the 10 by 10s? What the frick? Why do all of these focus on the... Okay, it looks like this, I guess. They have some decorations on this side. They got some hieroglyphs on the bottom. Sorry, these are not hieroglyphs. What are these called? I don't even know. They got those things on the bottom. I could consider adding those. You'll also note that this screenshot... Okay, this screenshot's messed up because I think they use like AI upscaling or whatever. But in Picross 2, they have a little bit of difference. They actually make these numbers larger based on your current row. I feel like it looks a bit strange. Right, the way that I have it right now is kind of copied from Mario's Picross 1. Or it has like these indicators. Mario's Picross 1 did not have this thing though. I feel like this looks really nice. Just something about this is very appealing to me. But yeah, it looks like this. I can't even think like how did they do this though? Did they make these sprites? Did they also update the tile sets? Because like you'll be changing rows pretty frequently. And it would be quite noticeable if it was slow. But I don't know. Anyway, there's that. And then as far as like other stuff I can do, a level select, because I feel like usually you're not playing like levels one after the other. I mean, I guess usually you are, but you can skip around to different levels. But I currently don't have that set up because I would have to think of like a UI to choose levels. But I could consider doing it. And then what else can I do? Save game data. I should probably be writing this stuff down, right? Just to make sure. So I remember what it says. Let's see. No, things to do. Nonogram game. Things to do. Add. Level select. Sounds, right? Sounds are good. Sound / music. Decorations to 5 by 5 and 15 by 15. Sorry, and 10 by 10 puzzles. And then I could also like add something up here. I don't know what it's gonna be. Some decoration to top left above timer. 10 by 25, that's not possible. The Game Boy can't even show that much stuff. You think that it can show all these things? I don't think so. Any other functionality from Picross games that you're like, ah man, I sure wish Wolfie's game would have this thing. Save data, right? That'd be pretty interesting. Save data. It would be pretty good to be able to save data. At least I think so. And then I guess more levels. But now what? But now what do I do though? I've started my stream, but I've not decided what I'm doing today. To do auto wrap on spaces, show. Oh, a pause menu. I could maybe work on adding a pause menu. Also, I should drink water. It is in fact 6 p.m. All right, I've hydrated. Hint menu. I feel like, I don't know. It's like not really a thing that I've ever used. I don't know if people that would be downloading picross, a custom picross ROM, like you're going out of your way to like play a picross game. Would they care about a hint system? I feel like it'd be too much effort and probably also not worth it. It'd be just another thing to add. It's too much, guys. It is simply too much information. The one guy though, well, if the one guy cared, they could type this stuff in a nonogram solver and figure out the answer. I don't know, I guess I'll put that on my notes of things that I could do. Hint option. There's like one thing that's in picross games that is nice, but I don't think I can do in this one because there's not enough buttons, is that in the more recent Jupiter picross games, if you hold down like the left trigger, or what's it, trigger or bumper, and you move around, it shows you like how many spaces away you are from your starting tile. I always thought that was useful, but there's not enough buttons on the Game Boy to make that convenient. Welcome Polyglitch. How many puzzles? I don't know. Also, one problem that I have with this font is that the 3 kind of looks like a 9, doesn't it? It kind of looks pretty much like a 9. And I don't like that. Right, the way this is rendered, this looks too close. This is too dark. Why not make this lighter? What if I did that? I'm going to put that in my notes. Update font to be more readable. 3 looks like 9. Fog of War, where you can't see the numbers until you fill in some squares. No, that doesn't make sense. That's too crazy. People who play picross, they'll be like, that's too crazy. Can't possibly do that. Well. Oh, I need to add an interrupt. So you'll note that when I solve a puzzle, typically the A button gets like pressed down, so you can see like, you know, the animation. While the tiles are being drawn though, you'll notice that the animation stops. Right, this is fine. Note when I press A, it'll stop until it's done, and then it'll keep going. That's because we don't currently have interrupts that handle when the thing is being drawn. So this will never actually get to the part of the code that updates it. I will do add interrupt to ensure smooth animation. Processing is slow. Make a 3 with a flat top instead. I could, but I copied this from somewhere else. Does that look better though? I feel like that looks better. Whatever, I'll do that later. I'll put that in its own commit. I feel like the biggest issue is like this color is too close. Right, that already is better, but I'll do that later. If I'm going to be adjusting the font, I'm going to do it all in one change. I'm also considering changing the font, like mostly because the artist of the font requires credit, which you might think is not a big deal, but that'd mean another menu I have to put into the game. I'd have to make a menu for credits. Whereas if I didn't have to credit anyone, I would not credit myself, because the game would probably be called Wolfie's Nonograms or something. Now it's like, oh, now I have to credit someone for a font? That's crazy. Whatever, I'll probably end up doing it. But if I can find a font or make my own that doesn't require credit, that'd be cool. Wolfie hates crediting people. Grr. What's another thing? What is another thing that I can add? What did they have here? They had levels, they had the timer, they had Mario's there. Good old Mario. Oh, color palettes. Because right now it's using the default Game Boy palette, which will show up differently based on whatever. I could ideally consider using a color palette. Kind of like how Mario's Picross had this reddish palette. And then if you're playing on a regular Game Boy without color, it'll look the same. It'll just look like this, or it'll be green, I guess. Welcome, Cryptic Command. And then what? Another nice thing about Mario's Picross, though, when you're filling in tiles, it'll have like this chisel effect. I don't know how necessary it is, but right at the moment when you're drawing stuff, it kind of just appears. And I noticed when I was playing Picross S as well, it doesn't just appear. It like starts off from the center and then it expands. Alright, I could consider perhaps adding something like that. But it's probably stuff that's not too noticeable. I also feel like this thing is not that good of a setup. The fact that we show the banner directly on top of this, and sometimes it like overlaps with the numbers. Chisel was slow. Yeah, the chisel was pretty slow. So then the way that Mario's Picross does it, when you solve a puzzle, it will, let's see, Mario's Picross sprites. Right, this one here. When you solve a puzzle, no, this is Mario's Super Picross. Mario's regular Picross. Mario's Picross. What the heck is this? That's Picross 2. It's not even the same one. Where's Mario's original Picross? This one? This is just the Virtual Console sprite preview. Where's the real Mario's Picross? Is it not here? This is Picross 2. It's totally different. Can you believe Picross 2 had like a map system? You could like walk around. Your puzzles were actually like on these things. You were like exploring a labyrinth. Right, that's pretty cool. And they never localized it. Mario's Picross sprites. I'm pretty sure they had them. I just can't find them. I have them open on a different tab. Okay, what if I open the tab on my other computer? Let's see. Where was it? Mario's Picross. This one. It was here. Here, this one. This one right here. And so when you solved it, it would kind of work the same way as my current thing, where it would hide the grid, and then it would show you the things you've placed down without the grid on top of it. But then it would show you like this. It would like have the small version, which is kind of similar to what I have, right? But they have like a little like border around it. I currently don't have that, which is fine. I feel like for 5x5 it doesn't really fit. That's why I had this banner thing. But I'm like, this feels a little bit uninteresting. Like, what if I had a separate screen that was like only the solution without the grid on top? But I don't know if that's a good idea. It would also be a bit more... Oh, you know what else would be cool? And probably not necessary? Is, having, like in Mario's Super Picross, they had an animation, right? When you solve the puzzle, it wasn't just a static image. It'd be a color picture, and like the things would be moving up and down. Mario Super Picross sprites. Yo, what the spinning? It's crazy spinning, right? They had animated puzzles, I think. Yeah, they had, every one of these had different frames. It is a lot. Yeah, I feel like I probably won't do it because it's too much effort. But, you know, it would be nice. It would set this apart from other things. Alright, look at this. Coconut falls from the tree. The king, look at this. He's so silly. Looking around. I'll just put that on a list of ideas. Animated images. What the frick? Isn't that the achievement sound? I thought I got an achievement in picross. The autumn sale. Anyone looking forward to games from the autumn sale? The Steam autumn sale. I feel like I've not purchased a game on Steam in like a long time. I probably won't. I don't know. I feel like there's nothing here that I'm interested in. This game is out. Strange Jigsaws. I don't think so. But maybe you'll find something worth buying. Looking forward to buying some Good Buys We Made. Yeah, I suggested that. It was actually such a nice game. Y'all remember that game? This one? It's a good one. It inspired me to make games. I was like, that's a fun game. You can just make small games for specific people, right? The thing about this game is that the developer, I can't talk, the developer was like, I'm gonna just make games based on personal experiences I've had. They made games for their friends, and I was like, you know, if you can make a game and like at least one person enjoys it, that'd be good. I don't want to spend money right now. Actually true, but things are on sale. This is the cheapest they will ever be. That's not true. They will be fairly cheap. But yeah, Vac on her stream was asking for game recommendations. I recommended this one. I also recommended like another game that I played a while back. What was it called? What was that game called? Running Back to You? H.io. This one. I feel like I played this a long time ago, and like although I would say it's not the most interesting game I played, for whatever reason, it's the game that stuck with me the most of all the games. Maybe not all the games, but of most of the games that I've played. Vac, isn't that how Steam prevents cheaters? Is that true, Vac? Can you confirm? Is she the one banning all the cheaters on Steam? You save money by spending money. It's an insane deal. It is true. That's her job. You know, she usually doesn't say what her job is, but now we know. She's banning people on Steam. Vac is an integral part of CS2. I've seen it many times. Exactly. It's not even CS2 anymore. It's just CS. It's just Counter-Strike regular. Exactly. So I've not actually done anything today. I have not accomplished anything on this stream. No, I've shown many things, right? And knowledge is power. Now you all know how things are implemented. You're like, whoa, that's crazy. How did he do that? How did he make this thing? How did he make this? And also part of it, I guess, is going to be designing puzzles. I can add references to things. I can be like, this is a ham. This is a ham flow ham. I could have Sugar Glider as one of the puzzles. You can have a Choco J dog, right? Think of all the possibilities. What if I made one right now that was Choco J dog? What would that even look like? What would that even look like? Can I just like copy the image and just copy Choco J dog? Twitch emotes. Twitchemotes.com. What is the website? This one. If I simply copied Choco J dog without permission, just steal it from her, just put it in my game without credit. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that dog. And then you resize it. How do you make it smaller? That's not, what the frick? That's not even the same dog. Okay, let's go to JS Paint. No, it's not even it. Image, stretch. Let's make that 50 by 50. Oh, it's so blurry. What did they do to the dog, man? What the dog doing? There. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That's a dog right there. What the dog doing? Choco Jets. I'm gonna put Choco J Dog in my game. Is that allowed? It looks so bad. It looks so bad. Like, Hello Res. See, Choco Jets did not understand Butter Dog when it was explained. Everyone was like, butter dog, the dog with the butter on him. Butter on the dog. And she did not even know what that was. Now she knows though. How do I make this look good? Here we go. So if we were to take this and we put the outline around it. Oh, look at that. You can already tell that's Choco J Dog right there. Butter the dog with the butter on him. Butter dog. You think this could be a possible puzzle in the game? How would that even work though? Wow. Look at that dog right there. If I've ever seen a dog, that is a dog. What if it was like this? Can we solve this right now on stream, live on stream? But how? But how though? No, the mouth is kind of like, oh, it's like this, right? It's like this. That that's a dog right there. And then it's like this. That looks good, right? I think that looks good. And then it's on the wrong layer. Guys, it's on the wrong layer. Holy frick. Artists, you understand. When you draw on the wrong layer. Okay, now it's on the right layer. Exactly. Okay, we're gonna tag this one. Choco J Dog. And then you make it the first puzzle. It's literally the first one. And then you save it. And then you run the game and you're like, whoa. It's literally a puzzle that you can solve. Is this even a solvable puzzle? Good question. Always scale to integer multiples. Okay, can we solve this puzzle, guys? Y'all? Oh, I think I messed something up. You can no longer do multiple X's in a row. Okay, I'm gonna need to fix this. It's a thing that I need to fix. Puzzle.c. Let's look at the inputs. If you press the X button, sorry, the B button, and your new value is this. Did I not pull the latest code? I thought I updated this. Oh no, it's down here. Okay. So if you press the B button, and the cell value is not filled, then it should be crossed. But then if cell empty or cell maybe. Oh, I've missed a thing here. Guys, I've missed a thing here. No, there's probably a way to make this nicer, but I don't know what that is. In my attempt to consolidate the logic, I've broken many things with my code, and none of it works anymore. But this should work though. Oh, I should also have it so that if the puzzle has a row that starts off with zeros, we should just like fill it with X's, right? There's no reason to make the player do that. Autofill rows, columns that have all zeros. Y'all ever enter a food coma too early in the day? No. Should you? I feel like you should. There's really no reason to make the player do it, I think. Alright, so you can do 14 is here. You can do 12 has to go there. Don't you enjoy it? I don't know. I guess it's fine. Is this perhaps too easy? It feels a bit too easy. So we got this one. With the 9 going this way. 9 has to be here. And then we got there, and then this one can't be there. Add it in? Add it as in like add in the auto Xing? Or that you have to do it manually? Because those are two different things. So these can't be there. This one, it's gotta be the 3, right? That's gotta be 3. It's literally a 3 right there. And then a 10. That's a 10. And this one can't be there. Which means this must be... No, that's wrong. This is wrong. I think I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? This has to be a 7. So, like... This one has to be here. Which means this can't be here. And then... the 10, we got the 3, we got this one. Actually, I feel like if I'm doing stuff like this, we should center it like on the bottom, right? Because then it makes it easier to like count tiles. Or what if we added something above it? Bark or something. I don't know. We got the 10. What is this? This is 8, 9, 10. 7 has to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's there. The 12. Is this already 12 though? What is this? This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That must be there. 10. So that cannot be here, right? So this one must also be there. This has gotta be the 5. So these must be connected. And these can't be there. This one can't be there. Obviously. So the 6 has to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are crossed off. The 2 is there. It's just a blob. I feel like this is one of those puzzles where, like, if you just saw the stuff that was filled in, you'd be like, I don't know what this is. What is this even supposed to be? You can't really even tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe this one is already... Wait, this one's wrong. Okay, so we do need a start over button. We do need... What if today I implemented a menu? What if the dog eye was white? It's crazy. It looks so deranged. That's fine. I think that's good. Perhaps that is good. Maybe that was a good call. Oh, what if I added like an outline around it? Maybe that'll make it more interesting. It could be the outline. And then this one. Wait, but then what about this then? But now this thing doesn't work. Because then the nose is like out here. But I feel like if it's just the outline, those are usually pretty hard. It also kind of looks like a cat. I think it's because of these. These look like whiskers. What if I moved it over? This, and then that, and then it's actually like this. Do those ears look too sharp? They seem too sharp to me. No, that's fine, right? That's fine. Like this. It's a bit hard to draw things. Alright, what if it was like this? But also like this. What if the dog was barking? How do you do pixel art, guys? This. And then like this. It is actually impossible. You actually can't do it. Is this good? I feel like this is good, right? Maybe. You can make the nose this color. Whoa, that looks so much better. Maybe. Okay, and then you have the eyes be this color. And the thing is though, is this even solvable? Is this picross even solvable? And you have these things, all these colors. Welcome tag barrel storage. Yeah. Well, keeping in mind that these are the colors, or these are the solid tiles, these are simply decoration. Like, I feel like when you have things that are like too small like this, it's a bit hard. Like, it's a lot of ones next to each other. 1, 2, 1, 2. Very small numbers up here. If I can make the outline a little bit thicker to make it a bit more like nice to solve, maybe. What if it was like that? What if it was simply, it should be fine. The tail makes it easier. But like the tail doesn't connect to things though. Or whatever, we'll try it. I will try it. But we will see if it's solvable. Okay, so we got the zeros up here. Is this wrong? Hold on, why are these ones? Oh, this one can't, you can't have this thing, right, this, it's a 15 by 15, this can't be there. This is the 16th tile, which is illegal. Okay, you can move like all this stuff over. Like that. I don't know. It's still valid, right? We all forgore. But what if we just moved all of them like this? Right? This color is technically still there. I think that would work. Let's try that again. Alright, is this one doable? The question of all time. We got the 9 that goes up here. And then it gotta go down here. The dog knows. What does the dog even know? You're telling me the dog knows? Right? Because like this is pretty hard. What do I do now? There's so many ones. Okay, the 1 and the 6. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that goes here, right? That's there. You got the 3. These are 1s. But then what? Then it's like, what the frick do I do? That's the issue. There's too many small numbers. Is this anything? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh, wait a second. You got this one here. You got this one here. There's a 2 here. No, that doesn't tell you anything. Yeah, the 1, 1. The 1, 1 is real. I think it's too hard. It's simply just too difficult. That's why I think you need to have more outlines. The outline needs to be a bit thicker so that you know where to put things. I feel this could maybe be done using contradiction strats, but it's kind of like it's like a bit too much, you know? Like if this was here, we know this one. That it can't. Oh wait, hold on. You can contradict bottom left. Actually, yeah, this could be a good like harder puzzle, right? It'd be good to have some contradiction strats in the game, because otherwise it'll be like Miku Picross, where it's too easy. So we know that this can't be here because these 3s could not possibly be next to each other, so it can't be here. And then this one though, it could possibly be here. This one would have to be here. But that's not possible, because now this 2 has to go this way, so we know it can't be here. I like how this is now like an actual Picross solving stream. Me when I design my own puzzles to solve. Okay, so this one, you got the 4 is there, the 4 goes up. You got the 1, you got the 2. This one seems possible. Welcome, Michael. Is this level 1? It's not going to be level 1 in the real game. We've simply made it level 1 so that we don't have to like go through 10 levels to get to it. Because I have not added level select. You can fill in the bottom row. Oh, true. Because now the 5 goes here. So this must be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one also must be here. So now that we know this thing, we know this is done, right? That's done. This is done. This one is not here. And then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what? And then what? 4. Could the 4 be here and the 5 is here? Or would the 5 be here and the 4 be here? Is there any contradictions with this one? The 2 would be here. And the 9 would be here. Which would go up there. But like, is that necessarily true though? Is that guaranteed to be this? Part of this also makes me wish you could have like the X in like question mark mode. I'm like, do I want to implement question mark mode though? Because like sometimes it's useful to say like this thing is like tentatively an X. We don't know yet. But I feel like the modern picross games don't have that. Even though Mario Super Picross had it and it was really convenient. This does not. Like, I assume that it was this, but I don't know if that is necessarily the case though, right? What if it's not that? I do feel like this one is quite challenging, you know? It's a pretty hard puzzle, in my opinion. It's too much. So then this would go up. If we wanted something in the corner, we can add sound visual lines. Leaving it blank is good enough as a question mark. No, but then sometimes you gotta know that you should have this. Should implement question mark mode, but then it's like so much though. It's so much stuff to do. I could add it as a maybe. Question mark mode. Or I could simply add like an X that is transparent. Maybe. But then there's not enough buttons for that, right? There's like, whoops. Shift is select key. And I don't know. What if we just solved it? What if we just cheated? Just to see what the dog looks like. If I simply, since I know what the answer is, if I just filled in the exact pixels that are needed. And then we go, whoa, that looks so good. It looks pretty good. So we know it's this. We know this goes here. We know that goes down there. It goes an extra tile over. We got these three. Got this one, that one. Well, he's cheating. He's cheating. He can't do this. How did he know that this is the answer? Actually, this in itself is pretty fun. I don't know what it is, but like copying a graphic like this is pretty satisfying in itself. In and of itself. That's the thing that people say. In and of itself. Oh, what if the eyes were like this? So it's not that's not solved yet though. What have we not solved here? We got this one, we got these three, we got this one, we got that one, we got these ones. This one is here, that one's there. Second column. 2, 2, 1. What's wrong with this? Oh, column. I was looking at the row. True. Oh, I also, okay, another thing, I need to hide the cursor when we're doing this. Hide cursor when puzzle is being revealed. Okay, so we have this. Also, I need to move the A button, right? We gotta move A button on large puzzles. I should probably move the A button to the bottom left. Oh, it's also in the wrong place, right? I need to fix that as well. Fix banner position on large puzzles. Alright, look at that. That's Choco J Dog right there. That is in fact that Choco J Dog. Welcome, Wed. Thank you for the 11 months. That is in fact many a month. More like Choco J Slug. No, 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 no. I can't believe Slugma. Can't do that. Okay, what if we made this more like the dog? What if this actually was like this? so it has legs, you know? It's got legs. Me when dog, and the dog has legs. And that's there. And this one is there. Okay, maybe it's easier if I connect these. Like these two being connected makes it look a bit easier. Makes it look a bit better connected. Wait, also, okay, so the dog has line that goes down like this though. So it is perhaps actually like this, which might make it a bit easier. Perhaps. And I think the tail is maybe a bit shorter than this. And what if I used, you know, what if I use the fact that we can add shading? Shading. We can use the darker thing for shading, which will also count for having an extra tile in there. All right, that's a thing you can do. Isn't that something though? That's something. And then what? We could have some, you know, the dog, it's got like these things over there, right? The ice cream truck is outside. Gills, yeah, it's got gills. Gills, isn't that Final Fantasy? Yo, Final Fantasy reference? Gil? Gilgamesh. It is a bit strange that the dog's nose is cut off though. You don't get to see the leftmost part of the nose. What if we did this? What if we made this outline thicker? Oh no, what if we made this outline shaded? No, that looks weird. Am I getting ice cream? Nope. But you could. You could get the ice cream. Now the dog does have shading here, but I feel like... would that make sense here? If I had it like this? Is that good? Something about this doesn't really... Okay, what if it was like this? What if it was like this? No. Something like it kind of doesn't look like its mouth is open, right? Like this. Like this one. What if it was like this? Maybe this is good. Is that good? Guys, is this good? Maybe that's good. That'd be a long travel to get ice cream. I don't know if I would even make it in time. No, by the time you get there, there'll probably be others that are still open. He'll probably arrive like tomorrow, and then tomorrow they'll probably have, you know, different ice cream. I don't know. Alright, let's see if this one's solvable. What if we get no programming done today and we just spend the entire day working on this Choco J dog puzzle? Would that be cool? Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so this goes up here. It's there. This one's not there. We got the 4. We got the 3. Okay, this you can already tell by making those minor changes. This is already way easier, which is good. It's good. It's actually great. We got the 2. We got the 1. We got the 2 up here. That's a 1. Okay, but then what though? Then the rest of the puzzle. We got 2, we got 5, that doesn't help. Okay, if I added another pixel on this right here, that would make it a bit easier, right? Instead of 2 and 5, you would have maybe like 3. Maybe there's an extra pixel there for no reason. Or what if this was up here? Is that anything? What do you think this is anything? What if it was like that? Does that look good? That looks good. That's, you can tell that's a dog, right? Thoughts on it being an animation? I did think about that. Actually, I think this is fine. This one, it still looks like a dog, right? Maybe the mouth is not open, but it does still look like a dog. Yes, I did think about having these be animations at the end once you solve it. But I feel like that'd be so much effort though. Maybe it's fine. It does look like Choco J-Dong, right? I think that's a pretty good rendition, in my opinion. 5 o'clock shadow dog. No, the dog, it literally has that. It's canonical to the dog. It just doesn't have gills. The dog doesn't have gills. What if we also added this? Welcome Beat Shabon. Okay, what if it was like... Whatever, this is probably solvable, right? Now I'm a real picross puzzle designer. We've implemented real picross puzzles. So we got this 10 has got to go down, right? And by down I mean across. We got the 2, we got these things, we got the 2's over there, and that's a 1. The 8 has to go this way. Jupiter hired this man. No. They're the goats. I've literally just been doing this for never. Not even forever, but for never. Okay, so now that we have that, this has to be there, right? And so we know that these can't be here. Right, the 5 must be across. This also must be a 4. If they offer me a position, would I take it? No, because it would probably not pay as well as my current job. Also, I don't know Japanese. Also, like, I don't know. A lot of things that I would not do. Also, crossing out numbers on the side. See, that's a bit complicated though. Like, you would need to, like, what would the algorithm for that even be? I don't know. A lot of thinking you have to do. And I'm not ready to do thinking. That's too much. Imagine thinking. Manually, see, that's also effort though. Although I guess I could. Yeah, the cursor code, I don't mind changing the code. It's just like... I would need to check on how Mario's Super Picross does it. Like, if you're hovered over this and then you like press left, do you go this way or do you manually have to like go all the way to the right? I don't know. I guess I'll put that in my possible enhancements. Allow crossing off numbers manually. Mario's Picross? No, Mario Super Picross does. Regular Mario's Picross on Game Boy does not do it. Alright, what can we do from here? Is this anything? 1, 1, 1. The 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1. That is not anything. Is there anything we can do here? I guess we can do contradiction strats, right? But is there something even more obvious? No, because then what if people play this and they're like, I don't know what contradiction strats are. Well, then I guess it's their bad then. This could be like a hard level puzzle. Okay, so we got 3. Goes up this one, so it can't be here. Have you thought of what the drawings should be? I have not thought yet. I'm not sure. But you know, that's the fun. I can make them whatever I want. Because it's my game. Okay, so this is also not here. So it must be there. It also can't be here. 6-1 column could be filled in a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. True, true. Okay, so then we know this has to be the 2. Let's wait 10 minutes for Chocodash to leave and then ask the question again. Wait, what? About the dog? Things that are not Choco dog. Right, so we know this has to go up. It's gotta be a 1. Right. This also cannot be here, right? So the 6 could go up. Well, we know for sure that the 10 has to be here, and this can't be here. And then what though? It's like how Vac showed up when showing off the gliding mechanic. Yeah, but that's like the entire game though. This is just like one level in the game. Right? It's not like the entire game is gonna be Choco dog. Alright, what else can we do here? Clueless. What if every puzzle was Choco dog? That's impossible. You literally cannot do that. Okay. Is there anything we can do in this part right now? We got the 1, we got the 6, we got the 8 going this way. We got the 5, we got the 2, we got the 3, we got the 1s. This one's too hard. 4th column from right is done. Oh, true, true. Then what? But then what? Though 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, to 3. What if we did strategies? You think it would be easier if we we added decorations behind the dog? Like maybe there's like, maybe it's like this for some reason. Maybe the dog is like emitting an aura of some kind. Or would that make it too easy? That looks pretty nice though, look at that. It's pretty dynamic. But would that make it too easy though? I don't know. It'd be like this. It does make it easier. I should decide. I think, you know, maybe this is good. It looks like a wolf. Choco J wolf. Let me try to solve this one. Let's see what this one's about. What if it was like this? Let's try to solve this one. We spent 7 minutes on this one. That's crazy. Alright, well, oh, look, we got so many more numbers now. Okay, so we got 3 and 10. 3 and 10 would go here. 3 would go here. And a 3, a 1, a 2. Oh, this is so much easier. The 1, we got the 2, we got the 1, 2, 1, 2. 15, true, true. 4, 3, 2, 2, 5. Oh, that's so, it's, maybe this is too easy. No, but that's fine. 7th column from left. Oh, that's wrong. That is in fact wrong. Okay, we got the 2. This is another 2. And then, okay, now we actually have to think. No, we don't. We still have this one. We still have these. The 4 goes there. We got the 3. We got the 2. The 1. The 4 is done. And then what? 1, 2, 6. Okay, we got the 2 here. 6 goes down here. And the 4 can't be here. The 5 then could not be here. This one's got to be a 1. Oh wait, this one's done. This is done. The 6 has to go up. Right, then you got the 1 there. Is this one just math? 2, 1. So there's 5 1s. So there has to be one here. So this one can't be there. This one's got to go this way. You got 3 1, 4 1, 1 1. Wait, this seems wrong. No, that's right. Rang. Rang, rang. You better pick up the phone. Am I right, guys? Okay, there's 2s. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. So there's 2 could be here. 2 could be here. It's got to be there, right? 1, 2, 2. It has to be there. This one can't be there. And then what? 4. Oh, 4, 3, 3. There's got to be a 3 there. This 3 can't be there. This 2 can't be there. So this has got to be a 3. So the 5 must go across. This one has to be a 1. And then what? And then what? Is this any that we got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. But that's not there. It's not possible. 1, 2, 4, 1, 1. Oh, this one's done. 1, 1, 2 is done. So the 4 must be here. This one's gotta be a 3. That's a 5. That's a 3. This one can't be here. That 3 is done. And then what? And then what? You don't even know. 1, 2, 6. Oh, this one? Okay, so the 6 is done. And then that means this one can't be here. The 8 has to go up. And then the 2 has got to be there. So now this one is done. And then this 3 can't be there. This 2 can't be there. 3 also can't be here. Oh, this one's done. This one's also done. 5, 1, 1. 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. We got a 1. We got a 2. We got a 1 somewhere here. So this 2 has to be here. So we know that this 2 cannot be in those places. And then what? And then we also know this one has to be here, right? Because this one... No, that's not true. It could be here. We got 1, 2, 4. So the 4 cannot be here. The 2 has got to be there. This one's done. The 3's got to be there. This one's done. I feel like also this is one of those where like you can't really tell what it is from from this until after you solved it. But that's fine. I guess some puzzles are just like that. We got 3, 1, 3, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Now what? Now what though? Is this one solvable? We got 1, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1. So this 2 could be here. This 2, no, that doesn't tell us anything. Finish third row from top. 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. True. So this must be the 3. That's gotta be a 1. And then what? That's 2. This 2 is done. This one has to be a 2. This one has to be a 1. And then we got 2, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this one has to be this. Stanley, okay, Stanley, I will drink water when I'm done with this one. It's very close to being done. The 2 is there. We got the 1, 2. That one has to be there. This one's got to be here. And then what? Then this one has to be a 1. 1, 1, 2, middle row for NE for northeast. What? For what? Done. Middle row done. I see. True. Then this one has to be here. This one. One, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 6. This one, there's like no. I guess you have to use contradiction strats here. Is there like a more obvious way to do this? I'm gonna drink water though. I did say I would drink water when I'm done, but I'm not done. I'm gonna drink water now. Alright, dehydrated. Good thing you added the maybe marks. I feel like it's weird to have contradiction stress this far into it though, right? It kind of feels like cheap. Yeah, if I can add like a single pixel. What would be a good spot to add it though? Where would the optimal spot be? I can't add it here. It would have to be like the cursor is right now there. Wait, how does it go? It goes here, there. I guess that would work. It does kind of make it look more like a wolf though. It does make this one a bit higher up. They can use from context clues. No, I feel like that's messed up though. I feel like you shouldn't require the player to like know what the image is supposed to be. Okay, what if I added like one here? Then that would make this one filled. So you would know that, well, I guess that doesn't really change anything. It's hard. Designing puzzles is hard. What if it was like Like, I could do that, but then that would make this one, it would just be shifting this from there. Oh, man. Okay, I guess, yeah, maybe that's fine. It's probably fine. What if I added another one here? No. What if it was like this? I guess I could do that. I don't know. I'm hesitant. The one pixel, that it would make it so much easier, and yet it changes so much. One pixel changes so much. It's like that one meme. A toothpick changes so much. One pixel changes everything about this dog. This is not the same dog as it once was. This dog has been changed for better or worse. What if I like made these outlines a bit closer to the dog? Like, that would make it easier. What if it was like this? Is that anything? Do I want to solve this again? Do I want to go through the effort of solving this puzzle a second, a third, fifth time? And then what if it turns out that adding these doesn't change anything? The one pixel. The one pixel is real. It's so real, guys. Alright, what if I put this into a nonogram solver and then it tells me whether it's solvable instead of trying to solve it myself? I simply just... but then I would have to enter all the numbers. I would have to enter the numbers. Okay, nonogram solver. Was it this one? Wait, generate from image? Clear height. Alright, let's try that. No, but now my image, it's got like multiple colors in it. They're gonna complain. They're gonna be like, your image has multiple colors. I guess I could remove the colors. But first let's solve this one just to see the satisfying ending. Oh, that's a dog right there. Wow, there it is. Bro, this Choco J dog, it looks so nice. Although the nose does feel a bit... It does feel like the nose doesn't go out enough. How do I make it look more like Choco J dog? We don't have enough pixels. What if I like moved... What if I just like made the dog smaller like this? Just a little bit. No, but now it's not the same though. It's not the same dog. Can't believe you made the nose so small. Bro. Right now it's like... It's so thin though. Choco J dog is not this thin. It's like this. What if I just like... What if it was like this? This thing. What if I put the emote into the generate from image thing? Oh wait, what if I did? What if it was like this? What if it was like this? No, but now it looks weird. No, it looks so weird. I don't like it. Okay, but what if it was like this? What if we just like did like this and then and filled this in. Is that anything? What if we remove this one? I don't know. Yeah, what if it was like that? It just looks weird. I don't know. Who would have known that it would be this hard to make a nonogram puzzle? To design a puzzle? No, I don't like it. It has to be wider. The Choco J Dog is wider. It's wide like this. What if we moved everything over? What if it was like this? And then like the last pixel is not there. But now it looks weird without the last pixel. Now it changes the entire solvability because this thing's not there. Unless we had this. Bro, I don't know. Man. I can't believe this. This is probably the kind of thing I should do off stream, right? On stream? No, actually it's debatable. Because this is kind of like art. It's kind of like an art stream. What if I had an extra pixel right here? Right here. Would that also make it easier? No, I feel like this part of the puzzle is easy enough. It's the rest of it. It's the rest of it that we don't know. Well, okay, let's try putting this into the nonogram solver. But we got, what the frick? Those are totally different colors. We load palette from puzzle, and then we paste it. And then you resize. You set the sprite properties to be sprite size, canvas size, 15, 15. Okay, then I guess we just make these colors similar enough. And it will probably, they'll probably know how to handle them. And just make this one close enough to black. Welcome, Diego. Alright, save as PNG. Dog. Alright. 15 by 15. Generate from image. Where is it? It's in code slash example assets dog. Oh, look, it tells us this part is not solvable. Okay, so how do we make this solvable? I have not tried Raylib. Alright, so how if you were Choco J Dog and you knew how to solve picross, how would you solve this puzzle? Well, okay, so the parts that are difficult, I guess we could make the changes here and then reflect the changes. Okay, so if you put that there, it's solvable. If we put that one pixel there, what if we had a pixel here? That also makes it solvable. No, one pixel really does change a lot. Have I heard it before? Raylib? Yeah, isn't that like the C program, the library for making like games or like visuals? I don't really know anything about it, but I have heard of it. Okay, so we just need one pixel here, and that makes it deterministic. Is that a cat? No, that is not a cat. Is this true? If I copy this, paste it back over this, save it, and then re-import this. Okay, so this is now solvable. Choco J Dog is solvable. The question is, does it look good? I don't know. We don't know whether it still looks good. Okay, so instead of me having to solve the puzzle, we can simply change the code. What if I should probably just add like a debug tool that solves the puzzle for you. Maybe like if you press start. But that should only be enabled in the debug build. If I forget to disable it, then it'll be messed up. Now what if I make it so you have to hold down Start, Shift, A, and B? Maybe that's like a secret code that you can add. Start, Shift, A, and B. All the buttons. And also up. Make sure that you hold those buttons. Okay, so state puzzle. Handle puzzle input. So we have this here. If button pressed, if button JA and JB, J start, J select, J up. Then you gotta change the state. State equals state solved. Return. Okay, let's see if that works. So you can hold. I don't know what the. I'm gonna assume enter is this? Oh wait, you just press. Wait a second. Oh, it's got to be. I've done it wrong. It's not how. This is if any of them are pressed. It's gotta be. Wait a second. If button, if input, and this. Is that true? They have to all be pressed. So this is the define. It has to be equal to this. If input and this thing equals input. Need to go buy myself a birthday present. When is your birthday? Today? Tomorrow? Well, whenever it is. Hope you have a good. Today it's lit. It's lit, guys. It's lit. Happy birthday to you. I hope it's a good day. Feels birthday, man. Celebrate it over the weekend. You're hungover. Well, I hope you recover soon. Welcome, Polyglitch. Okay, so we got enter, shift, A, B, and up. Nope. Is enter? What is enter? Enter. We gotta check the control. Options, configure input. Start is enter. Enter, that is the correct one. So why can we not input all of them? If input and these things is equal to input. AB start selecting up. AB start select up. Actually, I don't know. What if it was just AB and start and select without up? AB start select. It doesn't work. Something about this does not work. If input and this thing equals input. What if you just press down start and slot? I don't know. This could be just, I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking like it might not be allowed. Wait. Start and select. Wait, that also doesn't work. What the heck? Is this logic wrong? So input is a bit mask. Well, okay, what if this thing was equal to JStart, JSelect? Or do you think it's because I need parentheses around this? I would imagine I don't need parentheses around it, but whatever. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's the dog. There's Choco J Dog right there. It still kind of bothers me that the nose. What if the nose? No, that looks weird. Maybe it's fine. Is it fine though? Is this fine? I don't know if this is fine. I feel like in this color palette, like this tone is not so different from this, or like it is distinguishable from black. But I guess like in this emulator and maybe on a real Game Boy, these two are like very similarly colored, which makes it look like a solid line, right? I don't know. Dog. What if the dog did not have this? What if dog did not have this one? That is still solvable. You think maybe that's the issue? That can't be the issue, right? Surely it's not the issue. Do I feel like a Game Boy? No. Imagine being a Game Boy. Imagine gaming. Anyone gaming? Oh, what if I did? What if it was like this? What if the dog was simply like this? No, it's probably fine. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. See what that looks like. I think that looks worse. If you could optimize Choco J Dog to fit in a 15 by 15 grid, how? It sounds like a euphemism. Game Boy? Game Boy. Alright, what if it was like this? Wait, what if it was like this? It still kind of looks like Choco J Dog, right? And you did this, right? If you simply did this, you copied it and you pasted it back here and see if it's solvable. Generate from image dog.png. That is still solvable. The question though is that does it look good? Does it look good still? It looks different. It looks so different though. It just doesn't have the same Choco J Dog essence. What if this was up here? And we had this. This being a literal Game Boy game, does it run blazing fast on an i10th gen i5 core computer? The Game Boy does not have multi-threading. So I would assume it would run fine on even old computers, given the limitations of the Game Boy. Probably. Okay, is there more that I can do? Is there more? We can get this to look more like Choco J Dog. I feel like it's more like this, right? And then, okay, so the back leg actually is more like this. So perhaps, perhaps what? Perhaps it's like this. Maybe. Anyone ever design a picross before? A nonogram, if you will. Has anyone even known a gram? An Instagram? Any sort of gram? There should be a Game Boy emulator for Arduino. There's probably a Game Boy emulator for like a lot of things. It is a pretty popular project to just make a Game Boy emulator. It's like this. Nonogram. Nograms. Me when I have nograms. What if this was this is looking less and less like Choco J Dog. It's actually kind of messed up. The things this dog has gone through is just too much. There's too much for this dog to comprehend. Alright, is this one solvable? What do you need to do? What's the lib the Game Boy requires presents the dev? You can either do it in assembly, or there's a thing called GBDK, which is a C library. Alright, this is solvable. It needs a vertical squish. I guess because I did make the dog a bit more, you know, it used to be a bit wider. So I feel like to compensate for that, it would make sense to make it like squished. Now that looks, I don't know. Man. What if it was like this? What if the tail was simply left out on the right side? And then you had this one like this. Welcome Isurugi Miyosama. Choco J Dog after a night of drinking? No, dogs can't do that. Unless you mean water, in which case they can. Water. Is this a streamer emote? Yes, that is Choco Jax's Choco J Dog. Okay, let's see if this one's solvable. That's solvable. Now let's see if it looks good in game. I think that looks fine. You can get bloated from water. That is true. It is actually quite true. Wolf's J rat. Why would it need to be a J rat? What about the regular rat? What about that one? What about that rat? I think that's as good as we can get. Choco J Dog. Is this a bitmap image? No, it is 2 bits per pixel. Or do you mean in picross? Yes, this one, well, that's not true. It's a binary image. It's a 1-bit image. With the way that I've represented it in the puzzle, I've used 2 shades. 2 shades. And the darker 2 shades are the outline, the filled in tile. Alright, so this is solvable. I think it's just up to me now to figure out to actually solve it. On stream, live on stream. Lacking middle initial. Well, you know, sometimes that's how things are. Sometimes life, you don't get to choose. That doesn't make sense because I did get to choose, and I did not choose to put the a middle initial. It's fine, that's fine. Okay, we got the 2, we got the 3. 1, the 2 is there, we got the 3 right there, the 5 goes down. 5 goes here, we got this one. That's a 1, that's there. This is here, we got 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? This is here, okay. And then it's gotta also be there. This one has to be here. Then you got 4 and 10. Then a 5, then a 3, another 3, 1. 6 is there. This one actually seems pretty easy now. We've made so many changes to this one that it's now just so easy. But that's fine. Sometimes it's fine when puzzles are easy. So this one's done. The 3 has to be there. And then what? Then you got the 2, the 5 is gotta go up. The 4 has to go this way. The 5 is definitely right there. This one's done. That one's done. Oh no, I did something wrong. This one can't be there. That should be an X, so that's there. This one is also done. This one is here. That one's done. And then what? Final Fantasy? They probably had a Final Fantasy like version of Picross. I would assume, maybe. That's a 3. So 4, that's a... That is a 2. That is a 2. That's a 3. Okay, so from here, you know, that has to be there. Get the 2. Okay, this one's probably something 2, 1, 2. So that has to be there. And this can't be there. And then what? The 2. This 2 has to be here. Which means that this must be a 1. That must be a 2. That's done. If they did, I never heard of it. Final Fantasy Picross? Surely they had something like that, right? It's such a common thing to do with the games. It's just make something. Okay, so these can't be here. We got the 5. This one also can't be here. This one also cannot be here. This one must be here. So now this one's done. This one is here. We got the 2. It's another 2. That's done. Got the 3. And then what? Does this one have to be here? I think so. Oh, look at that. Solvable in 4 minutes. Oh, we almost had 420. I think that's a pretty good one. 4 minutes. That's pretty good. I do feel like, though, the dog is not... It doesn't have the same essence, you know? Maybe it's this. Maybe we need, like, another... pixel. No, it's fine. You know, it's close enough. Close enough approximation to Choco J Dog. Okay. Does anyone know if there's a way to like move frames around but have them preserve their tags? Is that possible? Oh, you can't wait. No. You can't. No idea. Let me check. Final Fantasy Picross. Pick Logica Final Fantasy? Is that Picross? No, that is. Final Fantasy does have a Picross game. Picked Logica Final Fantasy. Oh, I guess because... No, it was on the 3DS. And also mobile. It's literally right there. Okay. What did I change? I need to remove this one. Never heard it. What? But the 3DS was such a popular console. Add Choco J Dog puzzle. Alright, well we spent the entire stream on that pretty much. Okay, so things that I've noticed that I need to update. When we go to the solved state, we need to hide sprites. So let's see. Where do we go? We have to go to puzzle solved. Is it puzzle finish? Puzzle finish. This one we need to set. We need to. Puzzle solved. Solve puzzle. What did I call it? Me when I don't remember my function names. Puzzle finish. Okay, we gotta have hide sprites. And then state solved. And then in the state solved, we have state solved. Reveal image. State equals reveal image. And then what? I only play FF titles on PlayStation or Steam. What? But what about the classic Final Fantasies 1 through... I guess they did remake a bunch of them on Steam. I don't know. I barely played any of them. Of the main Final Fantasy series, I've only really played 9. As far as the numbered ones go. I have played a few spin-offs though. Crystal Chronicles, I spent a lot of time playing that one. That's pretty good. Several others. I don't know. Alright, so puzzle finish. You should hide sprites. And then... state solved. Update sprites. Actually, now what? Let's see if that works. Rings of Fate, I think that was cool. I like the first Crystal Chronicles. Welcome JD274. Do I make software for a living? I do, but not game development. I mostly do back-end, like server-side stuff. But it's fun. It's fun to learn about things. Game Boy. It's fun to make Game Boy games. Okay, so I hid the sprites, but I never actually showed them. Do I have in my notes a to-do note? Yes, I did. Alright, so after state is solved, we need to set state solved, you go to reveal image. And then after the image has been revealed, that's when you do show sprites. I think so. Okay, so that's good. Ideally, we want like a little bit of a delay between when we show this thing and when we show the image. Or show the whatever. Welcome, Yuko. Oh wait, but the player also needs to know to press the button, right? If we do this... There needs to be the button showed. Can chat submit puzzles? Yes, please. Please make sure they're solvable and of decent difficulty, but not too hard. I guess they could be hard, I don't know. The Wolf Tendo and Wolf Station, no. Okay, so where do we do hide sprites? We do puzzle finish, hide sprites. We should do show sprites here. And then when you enter the show, what is it, reveal image, you gotta hide sprites at the start. In what image, in what format do we send? I don't know, just like a screenshot, maybe. Like one of these, maybe like a link to this. Is it possible to export this one as a link? I mean, you could export as, I guess, JSON. What does that look like? Oh, what the frick? It's opening. Oh, it opens in Blockbench. Blockbench registers itself as the JSON loader. It's crazy. I don't know. As long as I can reconstruct it in some way. You could just take like a screenshot of this, maybe. Oh, but if you're gonna make it with right, because my thing supports colors. If you can I don't know. you could get this palette somehow. Okay, so this palette, you can get it from the GB Studio colors. Background, these colors. You can use these colors. specifically. And these two are the solid colors, these two are empty. If you want. And then I can just paste them in here. Blockbench. Yes, that is a 3D modeling software that people tend to use for Minecraft. But it's also usable for general purpose. Okay, what did I change? Show and hide sprites. Let me make sure this still works. So that works. You press A, it's hiding. Okay, and then it shows back up. That's good. That's good. Hide sprites when solving puzzle is solved. What I like about Game Boy Dev? I think it's the limitations are fun. I've learned quite a bit about like how it manages memory, having to do like bitwise operations to get things to display is pretty nice. Implementing font rendering was pretty cool. The fact that you can play it on a real Game Boy if you wanted to at some point. Not that I would do that, but I know there are people that do it. And I feel like there aren't that many like picross games on Game Boy. I feel like, you know, if I release this one, people would actually play it. They'd be like, whoa, what the picross game on the Game Boy? Gotta play that one. Gotta check that out. Because, you know, there are people still playing homebrew Game Boy games. It's actually... Wait, do you see that? What was that? There was some jittering going on. I think I may have done something wrong. Perhaps. No, it's fine. Was it fine though? Was it really fine? I don't really know. Oh, see, there was some flickering there. I need to I need to figure that out. So let's see. Show sprites. I need to not show sprites immediately. I need to update sprites. Before I do show sprites, I should always update sprites. Yes. Let's try that one. What does that look like? No, there is still some flickering. Why is that? Update sprites. Reveal image. Update sprites. Why are the sprites not being updated? They are being updated, but there's like one frame when they're not there. Update sprites, show sprites, fade in. So this happens when we, okay, it's not when we load the level. It's when we finish the puzzle, I guess we should do this here. Hide sprites, set the state, and then update sprites. And then same for this one. We should update sprites immediately here while it's hidden. So then by the time it's loaded, it has already handled the sprites. I like how it added the the cheat code to solve the puzzle, and I have not actually used it. I actually removed it. Okay, so that looks good. We have this one. All right, that looks good. fix flickering. Fix one flame flickering. One frame flickering. That's right. Okay, so that's a bug that isn't fixed. Okay, what else do I want to do today? In the next 5 minutes, what can I do in 5 minutes? There was probably something minor that I wanted to change. I can't really remember what it was. Let's see. Save data, pause menu, that's too much effort. Level select, font to be readable. Color palette, animated images. Oh, I wanted to do the thing where, like, if a puzzle has all zeros on a row, I should just immediately mark it. Right, so that should be, I think, should be fairly straightforward. Let's see. Load level. So this is where we set this stuff. So then let's see. We got row, we got solution. We got this stuff. Okay, so if row solution, if there is a solution in this, else, zeros, yes, the zeros. Else, if there is no, if this is 0, then you have to make sure to update the thing. Puzzle set cell. Puzzle set cell. Yes. Puzzle set cell. And then what? This one's going to be so it takes a column and a row. So for uint I equals 0, I less than puzzle size. Oh, but we don't know the puzzle size yet. Wait a second. We don't know the puzzle size until after we're done going through everything. I guess we could do it afterwards. Row solution, puzzle solution. Oh, we can do it when we draw the numbers, I think. So draw numbers. So this one we go over every row. We figure out which thing is which. So then here we can do solution. If solution is 0, we go through every one of these. So then a solution and this thing, else if solution equals 0, then mark, what is it called? Not mark. It's called set cell. What did I call it? Update cell. Puzzle set cell. I don't know why I called it that. Puzzle set cell. Then we got row and column. Okay, so it's gonna be wait, why is it int 8t? Shouldn't it be? Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. Is GBDK Game Boy Dev Kit? I don't know what the D stands for, or the K. It probably is something like that, yes. Okay, so row and column. This one's gonna be row 8t. I made that joke. That's a joke I made in a previous stream. Cell state empty. Okay, we got cell empty. And then same thing for vertically. So here you go through one of these. Do the same thing for here. I think that works. So now we need to test it on something. Let's just move this one back. New tag, ChocoJ dog. So theoretically, when we start this one, we should see the top row be crossed off. Picrossed off, if you will. Picross. No, it didn't work. Oh no, this one's the opposite. This one, everything is filled. I think that's fine. That's fine. You can keep it like that. Okay, what if we deleted this and this? We should see the right and bottom row and column crossed off. What the? Okay, well, okay, turns out that does not work the way I thought it did. That actually messed everything up. Interesting. I think something is obviously wrong here. Puzzle set cell. Row column cell empty. Oh, because we're going... Right, because we're going past the size of the level even. That's the thing. If solution equals 0 and... and what? Row is less than puzzle size. And then up here as well. Solution equals 0 and column is less than puzzle size. I guess it could be original still. That did not... Oh no, I chose empty. It should be cross, right? Cell crossed. Not empty, but crossed. Yes. So I believe this should work, hypothetically. Yes, okay, that's good. That is quite good. I figured it out. It's good now. So now we undo this. Now I think we don't do the same if it's a 15 though. We leave that for the player to do. That's good. If puzzle row column is 0, mark as crossed. Automatically cross all cells. Automatically. If row column is 0. Okay. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's stream. We've accomplished, honestly, not too much, but we did add a ChocoJ dog, which is something, right? It looks pretty alright. It was pretty decent. Anyway, do not save changes to the font. Alright, let's find out what day it is. Let's rate someone. Coffee day. Starbucks day. Michael Miss? Wait, what the frick? Michael Miss? Is Michael even here? Does he even know it's whatever Michael Miss is? It's his day. Goose Day. Whoa, Goose Day? Anyone have Gritty Goose? Goose Day. If you have Gritty Goose, you could do National Goose Day raid. Is there a goose emoji for people that don't have Gritty Goose? National Goose Day raid. If you have Gritty Goose, you can do that one. If you don't have Gritty Goose, There is a goose emoji. Yes, that one. National Goose Day raid. Specifically with the goose emoji. That one. Alright, let's see what day it is. Let's raid someone. Who's streaming? A bunch of people streaming. A lot of people out there today streaming things. But the question is, who do I send you to? Whom do I send you to? What about this guy? This guy, wait a second, hold on. Who else is streaming? These people. No, let's, hold on. If I search for software and game development, anyone else happen to be doing Game Boy development? Probably not. But what if there was? Game Boy. Oh, someone's making a Game Boy style game. That's not the same. It's gotta be on the real Game Boy. Alright, whatever. I'll send you to this person. This person is not a VTuber, but they are a game developer and they've rated us before and we've also rated them. And they're a pretty nice individual. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for watching. If only I could find a Geese Howard emoji. That's not even real. That's not even a real guy. Did I welcome you last Tabaka? I don't know if I did. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll be back on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm gonna do on Wednesday yet. Could be web fishing. It could be lawn mowing simulator. I don't know. Missed the stream. Well, now you're here though. You saw it. You saw part of the stream. And then Friday, probably more game dev. Saturday variety. You know, the usual. Same old thing. And that's it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna sit here for several seconds and wait for that raid to go. Several seconds. Many seconds. So many seconds you'll be like, what? That's like thirds. Seconds? That's like so many. That's like fourths even. Fifths. Firsts. Anyway, the raid's going. Goodbye.